Hi guys, my name is David and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be the third and final part of my founders special for my horror poetry series. If you haven't watched part 1 and part 2, please do so. They will be uploaded on the same day as this and I will have them linked down below as well. So for this part of my founders special, I thought I would kind of focus it around the founder herself, Pax Panic, and tell you guys a little bit about her, as well as poetry in general and why I like it so much and why I'm still passionate towards it. So I have made a little list. I've actually made notes so I know what to focus on during this part, so I could get as much out of this video as I possibly could and make sure I cover all of the points that I wanted to. So let's just talk about the founder herself. Now, the founder of my whole poetry series is Pax Panic, who started reading poetry on her channel, more specifically horror poetry, because that's what she was into. Well, not just poetry, but novels in general. And she started reading poetry on her channel. She probably wasn't the first person in our little community to do so, but she was definitely the one that inspired a lot of us to do that on her channel. I mean, on our channels ourselves. But Pax was a very unique individual. She liked reading all this horror stuff. She did come into her own when she created what she classified as the Panic Room, which was probably a spare room in her house which she took over and painted green, and which was her favorite color. And she had all these like bookshelves in there, and she painted all these like mirror once, like she painted it, and she painted all these shoes. And the Panic Room, that was her base of operation. But at the start of her channel, I think she was in the process of moving, so her channel didn't really um, evolve until she moved and took over a room which she nicknamed the Panic Room. But she was a very unique individual. She wanted to read stuff that she wanted to and didn't give a damn about what anyone else thought. She embodied positivity. She was the most positive thinking person I've ever met. And I knew that right from the very first video that I watched of hers, which, if you're interested, was the Friday the 13th book tag. I knew right from that video that this was someone that I was going to enjoy watching their content. And as time went on, we became friends and we were like emailing back and forth quite regularly. And I was sending her packages and books and all that stuff. And yeah, when she got diagnosed with cancer, the booktuber who is I was gonna say sadly no longer with us, but he's still alive as far as I could tell, called Mr. Morningstar. He created a kind of a GoFundMe um, project where we could all pledge money to help Pax out in that difficult time when she was diagnosed with cancer, and help her out with her chemotherapy and her expenses, like food and rent and all that stuff. And she was keeping us posted. She was still uploading videos like the trooper that she is and was. And we all made our own reaction videos to that, myself included. And I think that at that point we all like gathered around her, and I think that we all knew that she would beat this. That there was no question in all of our minds, in anyone's mind rather, that she wouldn't beat this, and she wouldn't reign supreme, and she would beat cancer, and she would slowly but surely get better. That wasn't a doubt in anyone's minds. But when that fateful day when she updated us on a community tag saying that the doctors had told her rather that cancer would never be cured for her, and that um, ultimately she would soon die or eventually die. That hit us all incredibly hard in this community and in her circle, or big circle of friends rather. And more sadly, I think about a month later, she did pass away on the um, 31st of May, which I will be doing a special video on her and to mark that occasion. So that was the founder. She was a strong pillar of this community and a very, very good friend of mine. And in a way, still is and will always be. So, how did she inspire us to all get into poetry? Well, as I said, she started uploading videos of her reading poetry every single Thursday, and we all got inspired by this. As I said, I did. I started uploading my videos, I think probably every Thursday. I can't remember, it was such a long time ago. But I remember I created the thumbnails and I made them like all in a black and white greeny kind of old school horror type of vibe with red writing on it as well. And that was how I did my poetry readings. I think that when I read the poems, I must have put a black and white filter over the reading that I did. But as time went on, I embodied the color green, which was Pax's favorite color, and especially when she passed, I decided to make that a staple in my videos. But she inspired loads of other people to do poetry. To name a handful, I can't name everyone, but to name a few, which are E.D. Lewis Reviews, The Secret of Nim, or Numeria, and D.L. Tillery, which upload videos fairly frequently as they possibly can, I suppose. They've got other stuff they've got to do, but they upload poetry videos as often as they can. And yeah, that's great. And I mean, if I could inspire people to pick up a horror poetry book or read horror poetry, whether it's on their channel or in their personal life, then hell, that would be like a massive achievement for me if I could inspire someone to do that. So let's just talk about my personal poetry videos and how I do them. So as I said, at the start I made them all in black and white. I made the thumbnails all in black and white, and I had some red lettering in it as well, some red writing on it as well. Nothing special, just saying horror poetry episode, whatever. And when I was reading the poems, I must have put a black and white filter on it. I can't remember, but I would imagine I did that. And when Pax passed away, when she died, I embodied the colour green heavily in my poetry videos. So the thumbnails are all green. The writing is a mixture of green and black to make it stand out from the background. And when I do my poetry readings, I have a green filter over the footage, still with a grainy effect. I think it looks a bit cool and adds a more creepy old school effect to it. And I even have a skull, which I have because Pax had a skull in her videos, and my original skull that I had in my original videos is just up here. The reason why I've got this one, which I have named Boris from by Boris Karloff, is because this one is plastic. And the Halloween just gone, I wanted to have a plastic skull, something that would not break easily, and that one's made of like pottery or china or whatever. And I wanted that one that was a bit more durable and would take some wax or whatever. So this is the skull that I have in all my, or most of my thumbnails for my horror poetry series, and at the end of all the titles I put a green heart, which is just more symbolizing Pax Panic and her little green heart. And every time that I reply to a comment on my poetry videos, I always include a green heart in that comment for that reason. You know, trying to spread that green love and positivity, and try my best to honor Pax and to keep her memory and her spirit alive. And as long as I have a channel, I can promise everyone that watches this that I will always maintain that. And I will always keep her memory and her spirit alive on my channel, and I will always be giving her credit and shout outs and doing videos on and about Pax Panic. So be aware about that, guys. If that bugs you for any particular reason, you can always unsubscribe from my channel. But just so you know, Pax will always be a big pillar and a foundation of this channel going forward. So let's talk about the importance of horror poetry for me. Now, poetry, more horror poetry, is more about how it makes you feel. And this kind of blends back what I was going to do as a second part of this video, or the next point rather, is understanding poetry. Poems aren't meant to be understood. They may have a very, very, very basic storyline and plot, and may mention character names, but they aren't a linear story. They don't have a beginning, middle, and an end. It's all about how they make you feel and what they make you experience and think about. Yes, some poems may be cryptic, and some of them may be more straightforward, like a couple having a fight or whatever, or you might have something like Lovecraft that might be talking about this massive demonic creature in this alternate universe. So you have poems that are more cryptic and poems that are really straightforward and easy to relate to, rather than thinking, what the hell did I just read? It's more about, how did that make you feel? What did that make you experience? What did it conjure up in your minds? I think that's the kind of barrier that people have to overcome when they want to get into poetry, whether it's horror based or not, and they are thinking, well, I don't know what it's about. I mean, well, what is it about it? What have I just read? And they are trying to think desperately about what the plot is and what the storyline is, and try to kind of say, oh, okay, well, that's what it was about. But it's more about how it makes you, what it makes you think about, and how it makes you feel, and what emotions it brings up, rather than understanding what the story of the poem was, if there even was one. Horror poetry, like any other poetry, I would imagine, I haven't read any other poems. Well, I mean, I've read a few outside of horror, but horror poems can be horrific. They can have trigger warnings, and like horror novels, they aren't afraid to kind of push the boundaries of what's maybe acceptable in the written word, and what's acceptable kind of to think about. It's not afraid to bring up issues that are taboo and topics that are shunned at, and people are afraid to read. And that's why I think that horror poetry is very important, and horror as a genre is important, because it's not afraid to kind of like take you down that dark path and let you witness all these horrific things which some people in our community might be, or our world rather, might want you to kind of be protected from. Now let's talk about the future of my poetry videos going forward from when this video goes up. Now, I always upload videos every Thursday. Yes, I know there's been a few times when I have uploaded videos, my poetry videos, on Fridays rather than on Thursdays. But, you know, life's a bitch and life is busy and all that stuff. But without fail, I've uploaded one video, let's say, every week. Now, I will be uploading poetry videos, but I won't be uploading poetry videos every Thursday. It's not that I'm bored with poetry or reading poetry on this channel or anything like that. I just want to kind of not be pressurized into doing this every Thursday, and I think that Pax would want me to kind of, you know, experience life and to not be pressured into doing poetry every Thursday for her memory. So don't be surprised if a month goes past and I haven't uploaded a single poetry video, or if a month goes by and I've uploaded maybe poems throughout the whole month, or maybe a few here and there. I just want to kind of not have that pressure on saying, oh my god, it's like gonna be Thursday soon, I've got to upload the video. Trust me guys, doing these poetry videos, well, not this one because it's longer, but my other ones, they are usually about 2 minutes or 3 minutes unedited, and it doesn't take me that long to edit a poetry video. But I just want to kind of step back from it and kind of embrace life and embrace other things, and I will still be doing poetry videos, so no worries there. Hopefully I've explained myself properly. So guys, I thought it would be kind of a nice way of ending this whole founder special, and to kind of spread the love of poems and horror poetry like Pax did, by inspiring you guys to do the same. And in order to do this properly, I thought I would do a giveaway. Now, I will be giving away a copy or several copies. I'm not really sure. It may be one, or it may be everybody that puts their name into the pot. I'm not sure. It depends on how many people I get entering this giveaway. So I don't know, maybe like 5 max or whatever. I'm not sure. It depends on how many people put their name into this giveaway. But what I'll be giving away is a copy of Dark Poetry Horror Poems from the Masters of Horror. And it won't be this copy. It will be a brand new copy. It will be a paperback copy as well. The reason why I've chosen this to give away is that it gives you guys a wider choice of authors such as Edgar Allan Poe, Lovecraft, as well as a bunch of other writers of the poetry genre in this book. And if you have a copy of this book and you still want to enter this giveaway, please do so, and I will. We can discuss about what poetry book you want to have in the horror genre. Now let's set some rules for this. Of course, you've got to be subscribed to me, and I will be sending the winners, or the winner or the winners of this giveaway, a copy of this book through Amazon. So it will save on postage and time, because I know that there are some people that if I send stuff from the UK to some of my subscribers' locations, it costs a lot. So this way, if I send it through Amazon in your countries, then it will save on time and it will save on postage and packaging. So I will have this giveaway open until the end of the month. And if you want to enter this giveaway, all you have to do is just make it extremely obvious down below in your comment that you want to enter this giveaway, and of course add a little green heart to your comment as well. So before we go guys, I just want to end this video on a 1 minute silence for Pax Panic. thank you so much once again. Before we get into that, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you haven't already subscribed to Pax's channel, she is still an amazing person. Despite the fact that we have lost her, she continues to be a massive part of this community. So with that out of the way, let's just go straight on to 1 minute silence for our dear friend and my dear friend, Pax Panic.